Okay, this is just a quick update. We got something new in the shop. As you see, I'm getting this thing together. It's still cold. I could turn the heat on, but it's only like it's 16 or 17 degrees outside, so it's pretty cold. That makes it probably somewhere in the 30s in here. Nothing freezes in here. So this is where this is the entry door behind me. I come in, the lights are all installed upstairs, but we got a new toy in the shop. I was in the process, it's a little backstory. I was in the process of purchasing a 2018 F80 M3 in Imla Red out of Peoria, Illinois. On Tuesday or Monday, I called them up and said, okay, I want to buy this thing. What do I need to do? We went through all the financing. I put my deposit on it. Actually, I put my deposit on it probably 2 weeks before that and told them I was ready to finally start to purchase it. And then basically we went through the financing. Everything was approved and ready to go. I got the impression that because I needed to have it shipped and we had to figure out the tax thing, I got the impression that the finance manager was going to get back with me on all the information. So we ended the conversation there, and I was expecting a call back. Well, that was probably around noon on Monday. I didn't hear anything back for the rest of the day. I texted the salesman later that afternoon, and he says the finance manager will get back with me on Tuesday. Tuesday rolls around. I don't hear anything until around noon. I talked to the sales guy. He said the finance guy's going to get a hold of me shortly. That never happened. I kept texting him back and forth to the sales guy, telling him that nothing's going on. He gives me an impression in a text that they're waiting for me, and I said, for what? And I never got a reply. So that's Tuesday afternoon, so I hear nothing. I call the finance guy Tuesday evening, leave a message on his thing to give me a call. Wednesday rolls around, he doesn't call me. I don't hear anything for the whole entire day, just about the whole day. Later that afternoon, I hear that the finance guy's going to be giving me a call. Okay, well, I decided to give him a call again, left him 2 more voicemails. And then Thursday rolls around. I hear nothing. About 10 o'clock in the morning, I get a text from the salesman that the car has been sold because I wasn't showing enough interest in the vehicle, and the finance manager was trying to get a hold of me, and I never responded. Don't know how that was even possible. I mean, I left voicemails back and forth. Basically, at that point, honestly, I was a little skeptical about this car. The car itself seemed fantastic, but as I was reading reviews about the vehicle, I mean, I love the body style, obviously, because my wife has the F30. I love the body style. I love the way it looks. But I was skeptical about the engine and the sound since I'm mostly a V8 guy. So, honestly, in the long run, I was actually kind of relieved it fell through. In a way, I may have, in my conversations with them, may have spoke in a not too much of an importancy, I guess I could say. I mean, I didn't drive to close the deal or anything, but I also didn't stop them from driving the initiative to close it themselves with me. I mean, I never gave them the impression that I wasn't going to buy it. I gave them full impression, even after the financing, that I was going to buy it. And then I figured, you know what, I'll take the experience, own it for a couple of years. If I don't like it, I'll just get rid of it. No big deal. So, but I did want the experience. But now, with this whole deal, it kind of soured me with the whole BMW M3 thing. So, at this point in time, obviously, I didn't get one. I got my money back Thursday night. This car that's sitting behind me right now, or behind the camera actually, I was looking at since last November at the same time I was looking at BMW. So if y'all didn't know, I was looking at M3s and Corvettes. I know they're completely opposite side of the spectrum, but in the same price range, that's about what they were. So I wanted to experience both. I figured a couple year ownership would be fantastic. Maybe longer, who knows? So I have to experience it, I guess. So anyway, Friday, I bought a Corvette. The one I was looking at, they lowered the price even further. I couldn't pass it up. It was crazy price. I mean, this car stickered for just shy of $105,000, and I was out the door for that's actually tax, title, plate, and the whole 9 yards for 78. It's crazy. They were just trying to clear them out. It's 2019. So, without further ado, here it is. It's right there. So it's a 2019 Z06. It's a 2LZ with a Z07 package. And right now, as you can see, the rear clear center section for the stage 3 aero and as well as the front is not installed. The dealer told me it was in the trunk of the car when I drove it home. I was only at the dealer for about 2 hours and took everything home. He told me he was going to put it in the trunk. It wasn't in there, so now I have to deal with getting it from him. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. It's going to be kind of tough. But they still owe me a plate. They owe me some touch-up paint. There's a little scratch on the roof. This car's been on their floor for a year and a half. We're just shy of a year and a half. So it was arrived at the dealership 11 of 18. So yeah, a year and a couple months. So it sat there for a while. But here's the thing. It had 4 miles on it. 4. It sat in that dealership the whole time. Never even moved. My ZL1 had 150 miles on when I bought it. Same scenario. It was over a year old at the dealership. I got a killer deal on it, and 6.5, almost 7 years later, it sits right there. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but you know what I'm saying. I keep them clean. There's no corrosion, no nothing. But let's. It does have the competition seats. I'm gonna back it out into the front garage over there, and we'll have a look at it. But it's competition seats. It has the PDR. It has the built-in battery tender. It's got the locks on the for the wheels, which I really don't care. It does have the performance air intake from the factory, which gives you a nice big, similar to a K&N filter with a cold air intake system on it. I think, and everything is carbon flash. There is no visible carbon fiber on the exterior. Everything is carbon flash. You don't have a mix. All the lower is carbon flash, the rear bumper is carbon flash, the spoiler is carbon flash, the mirrors are carbon flash, the whatever you call it on the hood is carbon flash. Everything is the same. So you got carbon flash and gray. There was no split combination of some carbon fiber, some carbon flash. Which honestly, I think it looks fantastic this way. And besides, if you drive a car and it's got carbon fiber on it, it's going to get chips in it unless you have a PPF. And then honestly, I think with this color, carbon fiber would probably look off. So, but you know what? It's completely stock right now. I am planning on doing some mods to it. It doesn't have the carbon fiber IP. I just ordered it. I found a place for $450. I mean, it's a $1,000 option when you order the car. $450. I have an OEM carbon fiber dash inlay. So it's basically replace the whole entire center gauge cluster area with a carbon fiber piece. There's a lot of videos online how to do that, so I'm probably just going to do a little short video on when I take it apart and change it over and put it in. So, but other than that, I don't think I'm going to do anything more to the interior other than replacing that. I tried to find different paddle shifters because it's an automatic. I want an automatic this time. The Z01's a manual. I want the Corvette to be an automatic. For the past, I don't know, since 2004, I've been driving manual transmission sports cars. And this one I decided to go with an automatic and kind of share it with my wife. She will not drive a manual. And I kind of wanted auto because I'm really impressed with how they shift now. They're much, much faster. And honestly, when you're screwing around, racing around and stuff, and you're canyon carving and stuff, which I plan on doing with this car down south, just paddle shifting and not having to worry about shifting gears and rev matching and all that, and it's going to be a little easier, a little less stress, I'm going to say, and I think I might enjoy the car itself more. But we'll see. So, no big deal. Automatics tend to sell faster, so when I go to sell this on the used market, it'll probably be much easier to sell than a manual. I didn't buy the car to make any money, so we don't even have to think about that. But so yeah, I mean, look at the size of this thing compared to the Camaro up there. I mean, the Vet, I think the Vet is wider. Yeah, it's definitely wider, but it's definitely lower. And the tires are almost the same since the Camaro's got 325s on, the Vets are 335s. But yeah, I'm gonna do something about the stance too, because I think I can crank down the lowering bolts or buy aftermarket lowering bolts and get it down about at least maybe an inch and a half, and I think I'd be fine with that. That'd be low enough. So I mean the front's pretty low, but my Camaro is actually lower. So, and I just ordered some new pucks for the jack spots so I can put it up on the lift just like the Camaro. There's it has pads attached to the bottom. I bought those, the aluminum pads. So, all right, let's do a cold start. And it's an automatic, so that means you can use the key fob to start it. So you just lock it and hard it. So believe it or not, that is in regular mode. It's not in any type of sport mode or anything. That's just the way it sounds. And there's still enough ventilation in here. I'm not really worried about any carbon, exhaust or anything like that. The lights are kind of bright, so. But let's get in the front, and then we'll do a walk around. I'll show you guys everything. All right, here we go. So here's the front. Hopefully you can see. I have all the lights on here, but it's pretty sunny outside right now, even though it's cold. So like I said, it will have to end up with a stage 3 aero. Here's the brakes, nice carbon ceramics. There's an interior view. Has red seat belts, so it kind of matches the red brakes. So you can see the dash right there. That's going to change it over to the carbon fiber. It should match the steering wheel here. The satin carbon fiber on the steering wheel. And then there's the competition seats, the red seat belts. That's also satin carbon fiber in here. And they hold you pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with them. So these should be in here. It just pops out. I don't know why it does. Seatbelt. I've taken it in and out. I mean, I've put it back in multiple times and it just comes right back out. So I don't even know if there's a point in even having it in here. But anyway, let's do the rest of the way. This camera's gonna be goofy. Oh, that didn't work. So let's see if I can get this to work right. You saw most of the car already. Kind of tight in the garage. I'll get some better pictures later, but or better video later. Obviously, I think this thing's brand new. It has 50 miles on it right now. So. Just gonna see if I can adjust it down here. You can see carbon flash. So, another view of the interior. See the seatbelt? Does this thing? I don't know. Whatever. Oh, that's weird. So apparently, if you stick your hand inside the car, the alarm will go off. Must be motion sensors in there. That's pretty sweet. That is sweet because I have it auto set on passive, and the alarm just went off because I stuck my arm in the window. That's pretty sweet. That is actually pretty sweet. And there's a lot of the headlights, obviously. Make sure I don't bang my head in the Camaro. So yeah, very wide and aggressive. And you can see the width right there. And compared to the BMW, look how low it is between the two. So yeah, I was back and forth on the whole, doing a sticker right here. Honestly, at this point, I'm not really sure. The Stinger sticker. I kind of like it like this. It's very, very clean. Yeah, they do it in carbon flash. So, I don't know. So obviously it's got front cameras for curb view so you don't run into the splitter. If I can get this thing, do a one step on it, and then have the whole thing, well, just about the majority of it wrapped in paint protection film. So I think I might just leave the hood the way it is, and not put a stinger stripe on there. Just leave it. I think I like it better this way. It looks cleaner, I think. Yeah, I think so. It's not gonna really do anything putting that sticker on there other than cosmetic. Doesn't. I mean, even the carbon fiber one doesn't really do anything. The roof, our standard carbon fiber, this one's just painted instead of visible, which I'm actually kind of liking because all this matches now, and the fact if I get a stone chip or something on there, I could touch up paint it. I don't have to worry about the carbon fiber delaminating because water got in between, which happened on the Camaro insert on that hood 3 times. It delaminated on me, so. Yep, looks pretty good. And as I go around it, it's pretty funny. I can notice typical GM paint flaws here and there. I can see it. So I'm curious to do on a one step how this is going to clean up. Ooh, the spoiler is super scratched. Jeez, see all the scratches in it right there? That's definitely going to have to be polished out. That is super scratched. That must have been from the cord, from the charger cable. It kept drooping over there and hanging it there. That's really scratched. I'll have to pull off the arrow here and then polish that out. That's pretty crazy. All right. Well, there's the introduction to the 2019 Corvette Z06. I'm going to plan on doing a lot of content on this thing. Not a ton. Mostly it's going to be experiencing it basically. And then obviously I'm going to do some minor cosmetic things. I'm not going to do a full motor on like I did on the Camaro. Like I said, I'm going to sell this one in a couple years. I'm hoping to order, maybe, I don't know yet, maybe order a C8 Z06 to my exact spec, but then you're going to pay full price for that. Even though I get GM discount, it's not like this kind of deal, which in my opinion, these cars are a little overpriced in my opinion. I mean, they're a hell of a lot of power and they're extremely capable, but the Camaros are much cheaper, and I think they're almost as capable in my opinion. So obviously they drive completely different, but yeah, it's cold. Stick around. I'll walk you out. I'll bring you guys through on the adventure of getting a paint protection film, and then I'm going to order a set of wheels for this thing. Stock size tires, but I'm going to change the offset a little bit so they can get more flush. And then they're more of an aggressive spoke design, similar to like the Camaro, where it's more open, because I really don't like those stock ones. And they're probably okay for now, but we'll see. Then we get the windows tinted and paint protection film, and lower it down a little bit, change the exhaust, do a little tune on it. This one I'm definitely going to leave the cats on it. So, but yeah, should be fun. All right, see you next time. Thanks for watching. And by the way, I'm going to close out this video at this point here. To all of you that have subscribed to my channel to help me reach the 1,000 subscriber mark, thank you very much. I just hit this 1,000 subscribers a couple days ago. I've had this channel now, I think, going on 3 years. In the beginning, I did a lot of content, and then I basically got involved in doing the remodel in the house and the garage, and other things came up, and I wasn't doing a lot of modifications and stuff and the how-tos, and I didn't know what direction I want to go with this channel. I think it's just going to be random stuff. Random automotive garage related stuff, just sharing the kind of things I do, and basically the kind of things I do on a weekly basis, I guess. I always got something going on. I'm always working on something. This weekend turned out to be a cold weekend and a Corvette weekend, so I was planning on doing some drywall, but that didn't work out. I couldn't get a lift. I'm going to have to find a place to rent one. My girls are coming in from California this week, so I'm not going to fill their time here with me working in the garage. So I made that decision a couple days ago. So anyways, thank you for the subscribing, and we'll see where this channel goes. Thank you.